I just got back from the Microsoft MVP Summit, and one question that I hear every single year from other MVPs like Clockwork is, hasn't Loop replaced OneNote? I'm a Microsoft MVP for both Surface devices and OneNote, and I have regular conversations with the people behind these products, so let me put that one to bed right now. No, Loop and OneNote, they don't even compete. They solve different problems at different moments in how you work. But here's what's interesting. While the debate's been going on for the last few years, the OneNote team were quietly heads down delivering some of the most significant upgrades to the product in years. Yes, there's Copilot notebooks, but I'm not thinking about that right now. One of the biggest changes they delivered is in making the ink experience genuinely first class. And ink, by the way, is something that Loop doesn't do at all. And I also think it's something that's more important than ever in the AI era, because the pen is a visual and spatial tool. By the way, stay to the end to see how Copilot can take your scribbled and messy handwritten notes and turn them into a coherent narrative. This video is about thinking and inking in OneNote, so let's get into it. Microsoft rewrote the ink stack from the ground up in 2024, and the headline stat that they quoted was an 85% improvement in ink latency. 85%, that's not a small tweak. That's a fundamental change in how ink is rendered on the screen, and you can feel it. If you've used OneNote with a Surface Pen in previous versions, there was always a slight sense that the ink was chasing your hand. That tiny gap between where your pen was and where the stroke appeared. It was subtle, but once you noticed it, you couldn't unnotice it. With the rewritten stack, the gap is effectively gone. The ink renders instantly, and it feels like putting your pen on paper, which on a Surface Pro is exactly what it should feel like. They've also significantly improved palm rejection, so if it's been a while since you got your Surface Pen out and tried inking in OneNote, give it a try at your next meeting or conference, or give it a try now. And when you undock that Surface Pen, you might notice that OneNote jumps into full screen mode. Actually, that full screen mode has been in OneNote for a long time. In fact, since the beginning in 2003. It gets rid of all of the menus, the ribbons, and the distractions, and it focuses you on the page. But this full screen view is now called Pen Focused View. Tap on the pen icon to see pen tools floating across the top. Pretty handy. You can still access the menus when you're in pen focused view. There's a little handle at the top, and you can pull those down. And you can also navigate your notebook sections and pages from the top right as well. There's a button in the top right corner that'll get you in and out of the view. Now, alongside of the performance improvements, Microsoft has added a lot to the Draw tab. There are new pen types. You've got a fountain pen and a brush pen in the toolkit now. There was some talk of a pencil, but it hasn't turned up yet. The fountain pen and brush pen give you variable stroke thickness based on pressure. I really love these pens. They feel much more dynamic and expressive. There's also a handwriting recognition pen that instantly converts what you wrote into typed text. Now, I know a lot of people want this, but I really don't recommend using it because the process of handwriting recognition, it's just a distraction from your note-taking and your thinking. OneNote already does handwriting recognition in the background, so you can convert to text later if you really need to, and all of your handwritten notes are searchable anyway. So for the preservation of those rich, colourful scribbling notes that hold deep links into your memory, I would stay clear of this tool. Then there's the ink cursor preview. Now this is really subtle. The colour of your cursor, that tiny dot on the screen, changes based on the pen that you've currently got selected. Now I have to say I didn't notice this until I started researching this script, because I usually have the cursor turned off when the pen's in use. But I think I'm going to leave it on now. The Eyedropper Tool is another one worth calling out. You can now sample a colour from anywhere on your screen and apply it to your pen. So if you want to colour code your notes, now you can. And the Handwriting Straightening Tool. I've been surprised at how much I use this one. It uses a smart algorithm to straighten up your handwritten lines. Over the years, I've fluctuated between using lined pages and blank pages for my handwritten notes. I'm currently set on blank pages, and sometimes your writing goes off on a bit of a slant. This tool brings it back to a nice and straight line. It's not perfect, but it helps me to keep things all lined up. But the one that I probably have the most fun with when I'm scribbling notes in meetings is shape recognition. Now there is a button on the draw ribbon for automatic shapes, but I generally don't use that and I leave it turned off. Because even with that button turned off, you can turn your drawings into shapes by simply pausing with your pen at the end of the shape that you've drawn. So for example, draw a line and pause for about half a second. It snaps into a perfectly straight line. And that works for many different shapes: circle, triangle, pentagon, hexagon. Unfortunately not octagon, which would be really handy for flowcharts. It does, however, do arrows. Now there's a lot there. In fact, even a star and a heart shape that you can access by pausing with the pen. I was taking a lot of notes at the MVP Summit last month, and I absolutely love using these automatic shape features on my Surface Pro. Now here's one that sounds mundane, but it matters enormously in practice, and that's anchored ink. Previously, if you annotated an image or a PDF in OneNote and then you move that object around on the page, your annotations would stay where they were, floating in space, detached from the thing that you annotated. Now that's been fixed. Ink annotations now stick to the object that they're attached to. Move the image, the annotations move with it. Now it sounds like it should have always worked this way, because it should have, but now it does. Now, you can't go anywhere at Microsoft without hearing about Copilot and AI these days. Now, Microsoft's not going to miss the boat on AI like they did with the internet and mobiles. And after some shaky starts, I think that Microsoft have done a fairly decent job in delivering features with Copilot. And there's a lot more coming. But here's one thing that no one is talking about. Since the beginning, OneNote's been recognizing your handwritten digital notes as typed text, and it does that in the background. Now, that works so much better than other software that tries to recognize your handwriting as you go, because that's very distracting. Now, since OneNote's already recognized your handwriting without you noticing, your notes have become searchable, and you can convert them to text later on if you need to. However, converting handwritten scribbles to typed text, if you've got messy handwriting like mine, it's impressive, but it's not very practical. When I'm writing by hand, I'm usually summarizing. I'm writing down key ideas, I'm drawing things all over the page, and I'm underlining, circling things, I'm drawing arrows. And I do that because research shows that writing this way fires a lot of neurons in the visual and spatial areas of your brain. And that activity stimulates thinking and memory. But writing this way doesn't lend itself to handwriting recognition at all. Enter Copilot, because OneNote has already recognized my handwriting, even though it's a mess. And I can open up my Copilot chat window in OneNote and simply say, make some sense of this. And it will construct a narrative around those words that I've jotted down on the page. It's actually amazing. So imagine you've gone off to a conference and you've been scribbling notes diligently during the talks and keynotes. You did that because you wanted to stop yourself from going to sleep, but you also wanted to really immerse yourself in the content and learn as much as you could. But then you want to go back to your team with a summary of what you heard. You can do that with this workflow that we'll call Ink to Copilot. Now, why aren't people talking about this? Well, this comes back to getting people to use the features that are outside of the square. Now, most people with Surface Pro devices aren't using the pen in the first place. Not because it's not good, it's actually amazing. But they're not using it because nobody else is. Adopting new technology is a social thing, and that's something that we'll talk about in an upcoming episode. Now, OneNote was one of the first applications I ever used with a digital pen over 20 years ago. It was the application that got me seriously hooked on using digital pens. But unfortunately, for a few years, Microsoft forked OneNote into two different versions, got a bit neglected, and I think that kind of fed the story that OneNote was forgotten about within Microsoft and that Loop was the new thing. But Microsoft has made OneNote into a serious inking application once again, and that matters even more in the era of AI. Now, why do I say that? Sam Altman said on a podcast with Tyler Cowen that he sees the future of work through the window of a text box in ChatGPT. But when AI tools can produce volumes of text faster than you can type it, what's left for the human to do? And the answer is to think. To think in a way that AI cannot. No matter what the tech nerds might say, thinking doesn't happen within the confines of a text box. If you want to fire up your full brain power, you'll get better results using tools that support thinking, like your voice or a pen. Now, I believe more than ever that the future of computing is multimodal. But don't hear me wrong, text will always be incredibly important. But now that we've got incredible language generating tools, our interactions with computers are ready for an update. So if you haven't used OneNote with a pen for a while, it's not the same app that it was a few years ago. Is it perfect? No. There are still some things that I'd like to see, and we'll cover some of the broader platform frustrations in a future episode. But as a pen-first, note-taking and ideation tool on Surface Pro hardware, OneNote is now where it should be. If you found this video useful, subscribe. We'll cover Microsoft 365 and Surface Pro workflows in depth, and there's a lot more coming on multimodal computing, pen and touch, and what it's actually like to work differently with this hardware. Let me know in the comments, do you still take notes? And what do you use for the job? I'll see you soon.